Yeah, you can do that anywhere. Okay, you can fly to Nebraska and then drive it. Okay, I'm talking closest airport here, buddy.
They gotta know.
But you can fly into Kalispell.
We can wander our way over, because this is Wandering Ways.
What's Bigfoot possibility? That's a doozy of one. Click.
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 How you doing?
Perfect and getting better, man. How are you?
Man, diddly-tastic. Just out here living the dream, and it's I guess it's spring out in Montana now. When this episode comes out, yeah, it's definitely spring. But but this morning, man, we had the gardeners and whatnot come out. They're cutting the grass, they're blowing the leaves. So it's like, wow, I think like we might not be getting snow again. I don't know. Sometimes we do. In the way this winter has been, it's been a late winter. So I'm curious, like if we'll get like a April snowstorm.
Never in my life did I think that you would be talking about spring and I would still be able to look out my window right now and see snow.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Never thought in my life I would. First off, it's very rare for me to look outside my window and see snow. That's a new phenomenon for me. But the fact that you're talking about spring and I'm like, shit, it's cold.
Yeah.
Climate change is real, people.
Exactly. No, it's because like they had to turn their leaf blowers on, and not only like it was right above where I like sleep, essentially, because I sleep in the corner in the basement. So the first floor where that corner would be, it's right where my patio is. And because we rent, and we don't have a fence, so all our neighbors have fences on their backside. We don't. And there's a field across the street from us. So like when people park their trucks and trailers and stuff, like that's a perfect spot to park them. So they're going to walk straight across right into my like yard to, start whatever they're doing for the day. And just boom, right this morning, I'm like, well, I guess it's spring.
Some people like to use a groundhog to see when spring's coming. Zach uses the leaf blower.
Right?
I mean, it kind of works,
It's they're out, they're cutting the lawns, they're doing
Yeah.
all that. It's spring.
I know we're getting close to spring in Oregon because you get teased with like 1 or 2 days of really nice weather where you're like, whew, it's like amazing out, it's warm, sunny, clear skies, and then the next day it's just rain.
Yeah.
So when you start getting that, you're like, oh man, spring's a coming.
No, definitely out there. Yeah, you feel that. It's like when you're on campus at Oregon State and you can tell it's like spring term and everyone's out, they're all wearing shorts and you're like, where did like all these people come from? And
it's like 50 too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's a glorious time of year.
It really is.
I love it. I'm excited for the sun. We talked about it last time because I get tan.
Well, not only that, but that's for us. It's one of where we have a lot of adventures. The spring kicks it off and kind of into summer because your schedule works that way best for us to go travel. So we got a lot of things coming forward. I'm excited to share them with the wanderers, as we call them, where we got some plans to go, and not only that, but to break them down, and tell you about them and go to these places and tell you about our experiences, because we want our experiences to help you have great, awesome times in all these parks because they're great. They're fun to be in. People like, I want to know about a place before I go to it because I want to maximize my time. I want to see the things I want to see because, this is our one life. And part of my life is I want to see the cool stuff this planet has to offer, whether that be a waterfall in downtown Houston by a mall or, Old Faithful erupting. I'm going to make it happen, and I want to travel this world, and I want to share those stories with you guys from my perspective. So I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I just let Matt do the research.
I like that because he'll do the research for you sometimes.
Oh God, that
And he
guy.
won't even be going on the trip.
Yeah, sometimes that's true. Sometimes, yeah, actually, he'd be like, "Oh, are you gonna go see that thing?" Like, I had no idea that was there, dude.
Right?
Yeah, no, but if he's going on a trip, he's doing the research, and he has his whole own itinerary.
Yeah, I mean, we should get him on here one time to talk about what he wants to do on a trip we do with him, and then and after, do a before and after with you guys, just because it is interesting to see like the thought going into it and what changes. And that's, again, that happens every trip. You have to prepare for that stuff. If we're going to fly somewhere, know that your flight can get delayed. Know that weather can become a factor at any given point. We heard that with Calman, our guest, everyday backpacker. He had the crazy winter storm come up on them, in fall, and that happens to people, and you got to get out of there. So
Yeah, what they said, what do they call it? I think it's the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. 6 P's. That's 6 P's.
oh, I like it.
So, yeah,
No,
it's proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
I love
So
it.
that's a little fun fact. Take that to your job tomorrow, everybody, or today, whenever you're listening to this. But take it into
Or
work.
yesterday.
Try it out in the field. See how it works. Should be. It's a fun one.
I like it, man. I like it. So, I've been really busy with work and everything else going on, just kind of grinding out. And so I haven't really had much time to get out. Plus the weather hasn't been that great to get out quite out and do what I want to be doing. So I've been watching a lot of nature documentaries, and I just been getting into it, and I'm super stoked. I'm really starting to plan places I want to go to and how and what I want to see, as well as just prepare for the summer and prepare for our adventures. So I'm loving it. Yeah.
Nature documentaries will do that for sure. Nature
Yeah.
documentaries always make me want to travel. And then there's a couple movies that always make me want to travel too. Or like when I'm gearing up to travel, I'll watch these because it gets me all jazzed up to go and like travel.
Exactly. And I listened to that one, the Kiss the Ground one, you told me
Ooh,
to watch. Great.
that one
Top
makes you just want to
oil.
try and change the world.
Well, it makes me want to like really get in with, my parents. They bought that like tree farm that they want, and really get into the sustainability of it and what they can be
Mhm,
doing to like just be like
mhm.
good stewards of this
You want
planet.
another documentary that will make you kind of want to like change your life? That's the one I literally watched today. I'm questioning a lot of things in my life right now. Not gonna lie. It's called Seaspiracy. It's on Netflix. Literally came out the day of this recording. I think it did, or it was like a couple days ago or something. I don't know. But I watched it this morning, and it's on the like corrupt world of like fishing, commercial fishing, the illegal whaling, like all of that. To be honest, it's not the best made documentary. To be 100% honest, there've been better made documentaries, but it was still a good. It's a like 90 minutes long, so it's still a good little listen or watch. But man,
Well, you say it's not the best or well done. Documentaries are hard. They really are hard to
yeah,
do.
and like it's like there are, if you're looking at like how it's made and kind of like a flow of a story, it's a good one. It's just not a great one. There's ones out there, but it's still worth the watch is what I'm saying.
Well, and that's hard to do, especially with some things documentaries cover. And that's why you always have to really appreciate the underlying message. And I think that's what you're preaching here. That there's a really good underlying message that they preach,
Yeah.
and it's just good. And the more we talk about it, the more we do it, the more we just in general interact with the world around us, it's better. It's,
Yeah.
and all news, all, they like all news about this is good. All types of
Oh
document
yeah, this
helps.
kind of thing needed to be out there because there's nothing like it's about saving our ocean, saving our fisheries. We're overfishing, it's global. And basically when you think back, like way back when, and they talk about the Wild West where it's just lawless and people are right, that's our oceans today. It's like lawless, just craziness. People are taking advantage where they can. um if you go and buy like canned tuna, you'll see that there's like a stamp on it that says they're dolphin safe. After watching this, they literally show this fishing boat that is deemed dolphin safe, and they kill like 12 dolphins like every pool or something. Oh yeah, it gets crazier because then they go to the company that hands out the dolphin safe certification and whatnot. The guy's like, how many dolphins are dead dolphins is deemed still dolphin safe? And the guy's like, zero. And he's like, well, can you like guarantee the safety of the dolphins? And he goes, no, I can't guarantee that. So you're like, oh shit.
I mean, it's crazy. It really, you're not wrong, because like, especially when it comes like the whaling and the way different countries interact with one another, and in reality, how big our ocean actually, like oceans are, like they're huge,
That's
and
what I mean. Like,
they're hard to like, they are hard to navigate. So it's like, yeah, you have the Coast Guard and this boat and that boat, but they can be miles and miles apart and not even see one another ever. And that's the issues and problems, is there are like pirates, you can get away with it.
yeah. They talked about like basically fishing slaves in like Thailand. They talked about this like super horrific like whale killing that's in Japan, where they like run them into a cove and then they just slaughter like tons of them. And like like the beginning, like I guess what funds it is like SeaWorlds, which fuck SeaWorld, or like the marine parks. But then they're like, well, they only need one out of the like 40 of these marine mammals in there. So like, why the hell are they killing the others? And it's because they're killing the other marine mammals because they eat the fish that those fishermen are trying to like. It's the same argument like with the wolves. They kill the
Yeah.
wolves because the wolves kill the livestock type deal. And I was like, this whole thing, I was getting all like raged, and I was like, God, I want to like save the oceans. And they're like, yeah, it's great, you're not using a plastic straw, but that's like trying to stop logging in the Amazon by not using toothpicks.
Yeah, it's God, dude, it's so nuts.
Yeah.
How we get it, we all do. All creeds, all nations, indigenous, tribal, non, white, everyone. We all like, we all care. There's people everywhere that care about this. There's people that don't care about this. And it sucks because there has to be a harmony in how we live with our ecosystems. Our ecosystems are so fragile that, it tips, it goes, we're gone. And we don't really realize it until it's too late.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's nuts.
it's a doozy. Speaking
But
of losing stuff in the future, let's jump into kind of our first ever Wandering Ways breakdown.
I'm excited for this because we're going to pick apart one of our favorites. You guys heard it on the top 5, parks.
Yeah. I think I put it as my favorite.
Exactly. Glacier National Park. We are getting into it. We are going to break it down for you. We're going to talk about what we would like to do in Glacier so that you could better understand it. Some of our favorite hikes, some of the hikes we want to do. If you're only there for 3 days, what's the best way to do it? Mark has that broken down for you. And if you
Well,
want to
yeah,
be there
basically
longer,
what we're gonna do is, we've gotten kind of basic questions that we have been asked about the parks. So we're taking some of those basic questions that we have gotten from you guys, our wanderers, and just our friends out when we're getting a beer at the pub. But we're
exactly.
taking some of these basic questions and we're trying to break down some of these parks. And so it's going to be a little like Wandering Ways breakdown series type deal.
Yeah, get excited because you guys are going to be coming back to these big. What waterfall was that in Olympic? What trail was that in Glacier? This is where we're going to break it down for you.
Exactly. So we're opening it up with our favorite park because why not? Let's just do our favorite right off the get go. Um,
Well, we have the most experience in this park. We've
I don't think, I think
together.
it's second most.
You think Yellowstone's number
I
one?
think we've been to Yellowstone more together than Glacier.
Okay, well, guys, we know Yellowstone and Glacier like the back of our hand. Oh, that's a new hot spring. Um, no.
Yeah, I honestly do think because I think only one time we haven't been to Glacier without Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
And I know we've been to Yellowstone a couple times without going to Glacier.
That's true. So, I mean, that's fair. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a lot of experience in Glacier, and we're going
Yeah,
to break
regardless. I'm just nitpicking.
we're going to break it down for you. I have mountains named after my family right there in the Two Medicine Valley, so it's home. We understand it. We've had countless mountain goat encounters, uh, seen some bears, come real close to bears there. We've backcountry camped it. We've uh, dreamed about doing one of the chalets and the Highline Trail, but COVID was an issue. But things happen. We'll make it happen. We've camped inside, outside, all around the park. We've stayed in hotels, both in Browning and in Kalispell. So we got it all for you guys.
Yeah. We're going to open this up. First kind of question, super basic on this one. We're going with everybody always asks, how long should I go if I'm going to Glacier?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that is. First off, I think it's really tough to do because Glacier has a lot. So the real question is, one, how much time do you have? And two, what do you like to do?
Well, and to your point, you cannot do Glacier in a day.
Mm,
And if you're trying to do Glacier in a day, all you're going to do is go to West Glacier, see Lake McDonald. Still beautiful, still great,
Maybe
but that's
Logan's Pass.
yeah, maybe drive up there and hike.
Yeah.
You could possibly hike it, depending on how much time you have. But it's really difficult to try and do in a day.
Yeah.
I do not recommend it, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, no. I would encourage you. I think you should, if you're going to go to Glacier, I think you should try and have a minimum of 3 days. Um, that way, because you can really cut it down to its basics, is the first day you can do all the driving scenery. Hit all the hot spots that you would. There's really only like one road. There are some other roads and stuff, but hit all the driving points on that first day. Probably you're getting just to the park as well. So you're going to want to set up your camp or get your hotel room or your cabin that you may have rented or whatever Airbnb, you want to settle in, but you can still drive some of the points that first day. Then the second and third day, I think you could really kind of like switch one way or the other. You could hike the east side, then the west side, or the west side, the east side. You can also try and figure it out depending on what way you're heading out. If you're heading east because you live on the east, maybe hike the east on the second day, or if you're hiking, you're heading back to Kalispell or heading west, right? Hike the west side the second day, type deal. So separating it, but I would do 2 hikes. Plan for a long hike on that second day when you have a whole day, and then find like a shorter hike. There are some shorter hikes. We did Avalanche Lake. That's not a
Yeah.
too terribly hard. You can do that in the morning, then boom, you're off.
And honestly, you Google pictures of Glacier, Avalanche Lake's going to be one of the first ones you see because it is one of the more popular sites there in
Yeah,
Glacier. Beautiful clear water,
yeah.
uh,
But
mountain.
like on a day 2, you could definitely do the Highline. It's a longer trail. It's a big one. It's a doozy of one to do. You could do a Cracker Lake on a day 2.
Yeah, or Iceberg Lake up there too.
Yeah,
In the mini glacier area, there's great. That's that east side there. They got great hiking trails right out of there. There's a nice lodge you could stay at if you're ever staying, wanting a place to stay. As well as the campgrounds there in Bab and on the Blackfeet Reservation. There's some good campgrounds in St. Mary's and there, so that's good side over there. Both inside and outside the park.
yeah, no, 100%. And the east side, I think, um, the east side has kind of the more if you're in shape hikes. It's a
And
little bit more hilly over on the east.
on the east side, you're more likely. I honestly believe this. You're more likely to encounter more wildlife over there. The bears, especially, they really favor. When I've come across bears in Glacier, it's always been on that eastern side. You always see those pictures of like Shelby, Montana, out there on the eastern side, where there's like 8 grizzly bears just hanging out in a field together and stuff like that. So and that's where we have seen bears. There is a campground on that western side or eastern side as well that is hard shell only, so you can't have tent camps because of the
Yeah.
bears. So that's something.
Yeah. Yeah. The west side's a little bit more populated, because Lake McDonald's there. It's got what's the little Apgar, isn't it Apgar?
Well, I think that's your biggest campground around there. And in reality,
Yeah.
right on Lake McDonald, you also have like uh, Fish Creek campground and
Yeah. You have a
Avalanche,
ton.
which like that West Glacier is your like home.
Yeah.
That is home base for the park. Essentially, East Glacier closes down in the winter. West Glacier stays open because that Highway 2 that goes the bottom border of the park. It's a beautiful drive. You see the backbone of America. You really climb that pass, and it's a quick way of getting from one side of the park to the other without using the Going to Sun Road. Because in reality, a lot of people I think show up to Glacier like now or late in the season, and they don't understand. They're from a southern state where no, we can do this until the November, December. Well, no, it closes in September up here. It opens in May, because of the snow. And I think that's another issue people have. So that Highway 2, there is still beautiful stuff. I do recommend if you ever find yourself like, oh shoot, I fucked up and it's closed, but Going to Sun is something special.
Yeah. Going in the sun is pretty cool. That's the big question right now. You see everywhere is the east side going to be open this year?
Yes, I
I heard
saw
it. I heard it was yes too.
I saw the Blackfeet have a real good thing. Montana has actually and praise to our work at G&G because this is huge to us, right? Montana is one of the top ranked states in getting the vaccine out to people, and Native Americans rank the highest. And we have our own tribal chairman Gerald Gray, who's helping like lead that front, but also our work in the advertising world, as a behavioral health change. I mean, it's really showing here because we have a little more control in the state because of Gerald's position. So we're able to actually like do well. So that is, you know, why our tribal nations are really getting vaccinated, and it's good, and that they have been. So that's why Blackfeet's going to be open. As they have a lot of them got the vaccine.
Yeah,
It's good, and
which is super awesome because a lot more to do this summer if you want to head to Glacier.
go out to Browning. Yeah, go see they have a museum out there. There's a nice hotel you can stay at. It's a great community on the reservation. That's where my grandpa was born and boxed. Was a Gold Glove boxer. So good old Browning.
Yeah. Probably everyone's next question, they're probably, our wanderers are sitting here listening, probably going, Mark, Zach, okay, that's how long, but how the hell do I get to Glacier? Well, I'm going to tell you, because it's pretty easy. You can drive, obviously, duh. A lot of roads up there. It's west Montana. You'll find it. Say you don't want to drive. Say you're in Florida. That's a long drive all the way out to Glacier. You can hop in a plane and you can fly all the way to Kalispell, which
Or
is
Great Falls.
I don't know. Kalispell's the closest airport.
Yeah, but you could it depends on which way you want to come in. People come up, they fly into Missoula and drive up the Flathead Lakeside there, which is a beautiful drive too. If you're
I'm going just closest airport here. Closest airport, Kalispell.
Kalispell's the one. That's the one people go into. That's the one right there.
Yeah. I mean, they could fly into Billings and drive it,
They could fly into Spokane.
You can do that anywhere. Okay, you can fly to Nebraska and then drive it. Okay, I'm talking closest airport here, but
they gotta know.
But you can fly into Kalispell. It's the closest airport. It's only like a 40-minute drive from Kalispell.
Exactly.
So that's awesome. You can just kind of get there. Say you don't want to fly. Say you're afraid of planes. I get it. Planes are scary. Literally one plane not too long ago blew an engine. Okay. So I get your fear there. You could take the Amtrak.
And it drops you off right at the East Glacier Lodge, which is one of the most beautiful lodges in the park. I mean, it's probably my favorite of all of them.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
You got the big redwood trees that they used to build it.
I think there's actually an Amtrak station close to West Glacier too.
I think it's across the bridge. You're right. They both are. They're both right by those bridges.
Yeah. So you take Amtrak, people. I want to do it sometime. I haven't done it. I've said it before when I first found out there was an Amtrak there. I wanted to try it. So maybe here soon. I don't know. But you can take the Amtrak.
Same Amtrak will take you right to Wolf Point where Thea's at.
Yeah, probably won't go to Wolf Point.
Keep going straight.
I probably will not go to Wolf Point. But Amtrak for sure, because I think traveling by train is a lot of fun. It's a little bit longer than other ways to do it. But
I would say if you're doing that just to go to the park, budget yourself for 10, 15 days, so you're giving yourself time on the train and in the park.
Yeah. But it's a fun time because you get to ride in the train and it's kind of true backpacker style. So that's what makes it kind of fun.
That's what you want.
I hate cars. I have gone on the record. I'm not a huge fan of cars. The only thing I use my car really for are long trips.
Yeah, and you do. Are you just because you don't like driving, or there's just the whole like pollution and aspect of cars in that sense?
Pollution of the car. Supporting the gas industry. I don't think we need gas because climate change and all that. And we got too many cars anyway. Everyone gets all excited about their car. It's not that cool. It's just something with 4 wheels.
Buy a Tesla.
No. I get around. I got a bike. I bike to work. I bike around. I went on a bike ride today. It was like 25 miles, So
you're happy. That's all that matters.
I bike everywhere. I try to not take my car anywhere. But when a long trip, I got to do road trips. I've done huge road trips in my car, and that's really about all I do in my car.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
It gets you to A and B.
Yeah.
Especially Glacier being a B.
Hello, my wanderers.
before we get going with this episode of the podcast, I do just want to remind you guys to check out our other social medias, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Teespring to get that swag. Make sure to check us out individually. Zach Gray of Quartz Lake, Zach Gray, the Rougarou. Make sure you check out myself, Reverend Marcus, all that fun stuff. The links are below in the bio. All you got to do is click that bio, look for it, and boom, you're on your way. Make sure if you guys want to be part of the podcast or questions to be heard on the podcast, email us at wanderingwayspodcast@gmail.com or quartzlakeproductions@gmail.com. We love the feedback. We love the input. All of it is amazing. And we love you guys for listening. It's awesome. So let's keep wandering on.
Continuing on with our popular questions of what to do, or our breakdown of Glacier National Park here. And so we mentioned 3 days minimum. That's if you're just trying to do a quick trip and see as much as you can in the park. Backpacking is pretty popular when it comes to Glacier. Hiking in general is very popular, but I think the back country is kind of like the cream of the crop of what Glacier's about.
Yeah, it'll get you going.
Yeah, for sure. Whether it's just you taking your tent out there and you're pitching it in the backcountry campgrounds, or if you're hiking up to those chalets that we so desperately want to do.
Well, and not only that, there's a lot of back country hiking where they do the whole people aren't camping necessarily, but they're doing the whole loop in the day, and they try and get a few of those done. There's quite a few of those in Glacier. So yeah, if you want to like spend some time and do the Quartz Lake loop up on the western side, or go do I'm going to hike Cracker Lake today. I'm going to hike Iceberg Lake. I'm going to hike Avalanche Lake. You want to do it all. Give yourself some time. Me and Mark, we hike Logan's Pass every time we go there. It's kind of a tradition. We didn't get to do it our last time because the roads weren't plowed, but the first time we actually hiked all the way down to Hidden Lake, and beautiful. I mean, recommend it. It is 100%. Steep. If you go all the way down to the lake, it is steep. If you're going just to the overlook, I suggest if you're able-bodied, make it happen.
Yeah. I think Glacier, to see a lot of the cool stuff. I mean, you can see a lot of cool stuff regardless, but I think to really kind of get the taste for Glacier, you got to be kind of in shape. You don't have to be in great shape, but you got to be in some kind of like physical shape.
You got to be ready.
Probably say you should be able to run at least 1 mile and not feel like you're out for 2 days because you're tired and sore.
Yeah.
That would be my baseline for physical fitness shape for Glacier National Park.
Yeah, you're going to encounter elevation gains. You're going to encounter mileage. You're going to encounter hills, bumps, rocks, and all in between.
Yes, indeed.
But I guess another question we've gotten, Mark, that I kind of want to ask you, because you're not the Montanan, you didn't grow up in the mountains. But when you go to Glacier, what are some of those? Logan's Pass we talk about a lot, but what are those iconic things that get you coming back there that you like seeing in Glacier, or you'd like to see again and again?
Oh, I'd like to get in the mountains. I mean, we kind of know I like to climb peaks. I climbed St. Helens, I climbed South Sister. I like to try and find a peak. I like to go up to that peak because you can see so much from it. So anytime I can just go up to the tallest point in that area, that's what I want to do. And Glaciers, I mean, you get the mountain views, which is what I go for Glacier, is those mountain views. So I go. I mean, the lakes are sweet. Hidden Lake, Avalanche Lake, they're the kind of mountain lakes you want, because it's the lake and then it's boom, 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 mountains. So that's when it comes to the Glacier,
Yeah.
But they're a doozy of hikes to do. Not everyone I go with is normally in the best shape, so I have to cut a little bit off of my height.
Yeah, we got to get training. I gotta get a little bit better so I can keep up with you a little bit more.
And when you say we got to get training, I just did 25 miles on my bike, man.
Yeah, we do.
I went and ran 5 miles just the other day. Like, I don't think there's a we in the training.
You're already doing it. You're already partaking.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm excited. I want to get out and about and get into that, just because there's a lot of potential. Why not? Just climb some mountains.
Yeah, no, for sure. Mountains are kind of where it's at, But I don't know, what brings you back to Glacier? You're from Montana, so it's like, why even go in the first place?
It's so far from where I live, so I don't go that much. No. No, I go to Yellowstone because it's closer. No, I it's the family connection is huge up there. I don't not like looking at it every time. I enjoy the views. I enjoy the seasons. I've been blessed enough to experience Glacier in a blizzard. I've been blessed to be there in the wildflower bloom, in August, in early summer, when you walk across a glacier, all that. Like, it's the delicate ecosystem that it truly is. It's the convergence of that Pacific Northwest, that Columbia Plateau, that forest, and then that plains out on the eastern side, that where it comes. And I think what makes the Rocky Mountains special is places like Glacier, Banff, and when you really look at like where they're located in the Rocky Mountains, they're pretty goddamn close to each other. In when you're looking at a map of the world, they're right there. They're all kind of in this same heart, right on the eastern side, this eastern front. And to have a family story, a creation story that I know is true, and I believe is true, to just link me to that place, I love it. It's like, where do you come from? I come from the mountains. I come from Glacier. I come from, Two Medicine and Sinapa, and all these great people that fought, these great tribal leaders and nations, and everything that our family, has overcome, put, with the world. And to have this place in nature that, the US government said, yeah, we're never going to touch, it's going to stay this way. And to have it be like that, and to just keep going back, because it is beautiful. The animal encounters are awesome. I just love it.
Yeah, I mean, Glacier is pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I think we've talked about it before, there's more sentimental meaning up there, but it's Glacier,
It's cool as shit.
Yeah.
They'll go, people. Like,
yeah. The nice thing about Glacier is, even though we talk about, there's the hikes where you got to be kind of in shape for, you could easily just as well have that classic family camping trip where you go, you camp, maybe you have your paddleboard, or I don't know, you go hang out at the lake, right? You can do that all in Glacier and around Glacier too.
Yeah, Lake McDonald, right there, you always see paddle boarders. There's a swimming area. There's boats on the various glacier lakes you can take. Hungry Horse Reservoir, just south of the park, is still national forest, still beautiful, more recreational opportunities. when you're outside of the park. If you're into like, oh, I want to bring my boat up there, or I want to do this, or
Yeah.
Flathead Lake, you could rent a houseboat, have some fun out there, do all the fun things, in Kalispell. It's got it all. I mean, Glacier does have it all. If you like you said, we stayed at that KOA once, and people they had their RV, and there was the family, and
Yep.
we you hot tub with them, swim with them.
I mean, you can have that classic like family camping trip that you guys go on, that everyone's family goes on once a year. You see your cousins, that whole spiel. You can do that at Glacier, and you can have a hell of a time doing it. I'm positive of it.
Well, and I see that a lot with people, and sometimes when they ask questions about like Yellowstone and Glacier, they always act like, I can do Glacier, it's close to Yellowstone. Like, I'm already doing Yellowstone. Can I do it in like a day or two? It's so close. It's hard to get to from Yellowstone. So it is, you are spending a day traveling to get up there, as well as, a day or so in the park. So keep that in mind if you are doing these family camping trips, because there are people who are like, oh, that's just our next stop. We'll be there for a day or two. I would recommend 3 or 4, like we said here multiple times.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do that when you do the whole family where you move around camping trip. But I was talking about like, you have the family and you're there for a week where it's, everyone, family from Oregon's coming out, family from Maine's coming out, family from Colorado's coming out, and you all are meeting up there for like the week,
Oh, perfect.
You could do that up at Glacier is what I was mainly talking about.
Yes, you can. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, do it.
Yeah, because you can stay at the KOA with your family, or you could get the big group sites around the park. You can get sites in the park type deal. So I mean, and there's stuff to do, whether your kids just hanging out at the lake, do a small little hike, anything. You can do anything there. You can even bike up to Logan's Pass from Apgar there. They encourage you to do it early in the morning because there's no traffic, which makes sense because that road is not big. But yeah.
You're not taking your RV up the Going to Sun Road either, so keep that in mind.
No,
I think they limit you to like 18-foot vehicles, maybe something low like that. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can even horseback ride. I've done horseback riding in Glacier. It's great. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a ton of, everybody can. When they were doing the national parks way back, their goal was to make it so like everybody can go to these parks and enjoy them and enjoy what this country has. Glacier fits the mold. Whether you are the traditional, just kind of easygoing family camping trip, you go get your campsite. You have your campfires at the site, and you're roasting the marshmallows, hot dogs, 100%. Or if you want to be the crazy guy that's got nothing but like a do-rag on his head going out and wants to live off the land at these middle of Goat Mountain out there, you could do that too. Do I recommend that route? No, I don't, but you could do that easily.
Yeah. And I love it. You could do it all. It's a fun park. It's a great park. You could go and stay in Whitefish, Columbia Falls in an Airbnb in the winter and go right there to West Glacier and see Lake McDonald in the winter.
I actually just saw I have a former athlete of mine from Humboldt. She went to Glacier this winter. Yeah, it's just dawned to me, but I remember seeing her pictures and stuff, and I was like, I haven't seen it in the snow like that. I want to.
Well, you've never hit me up to do it.
I haven't had time.
You're too busy.
Yeah, winter has not been traditionally a good time for me.
And what's nice is we have Sealy real close, so we can make it happen if you ever want.
Yeah, that's true. You got that cabin there.
And you get that Montana snow. That pow pow.
I'm not a huge fan of snow.
We'll get you a snowmobile and you'll be like, woo, baby!
I've gone snowmobiling.
It's fun. But have you gone How did you go, like with a tour or what? Or did you do it?
I don't remember, but
That's if you don't remember, because when you're going 70 miles an hour on a lake and you start hearing the ice crack beneath you, oh, your heart gets going, but you're just
nah, I'm good. I'll pass, man. You don't see me out here quadding, getting on my quad.
going over to the dunes,
Yeah, that's basically snowmobiling in the summer.
right?
So
Yeah,
I don't think not
And
that not something that appeals to me. Not something that
Mon-
appeals to me. It appeals to
Montana-
some people, just not me.
Montana's good for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But as for questions, I mean, well, I know we're missing a lot of questions. You know,
Got
for
one
this.
more. What other ones you got?
I have my list, but I know we're missing a lot of questions, which also means if you guys have questions, please reach out to us to ask these questions and we'll answer them. We've answered listener questions before. We're answering them again, and we'll always answer the listener questions because they're fun. But
Yeah.
my list is full. I don't know about your list.
Like you're good. You're good over there.
I have my list. I've gone through my list. Have you gone through your list of questions that you have gotten?
Pretty much. The other one, I mean, the other one would be, I guess what are some of our favorite hikes? But we've hit on that. Logan's Pass, whatnot.
Yeah. Cracker Lake was a fun one.
Yeah, they all are.
Cracker Lake, yeah.
I
We
want
can
to
watch the Cracker Lake video.
Yeah, you can check it out.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube page, Quartz Lake. Actually, I think it's Wandering Ways now.
Yeah, we changed them up to Wandering Ways for you guys because our wanderers are the best.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean, that people have their questions. We'll answer them. Just shoot them.
Yeah.
Away.
Whoop! I got the music going for that.
Are you playing it or?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Just give me a second. I get it up.
This is a YouTube exclusive. So if you guys don't know, we put the episodes.
Oh, I'm not bringing up the YouTube though.
Are you still playing it?
Yeah, it's my file.
Yeah. So for the YouTube watchers, that's where I was going. The guys, the exclusive, whoever's viewing us on YouTube will see the video as Mark's screen sharing right now.
Yeah, the YouTube viewers get to watch it, but it's not from our YouTube channel.
No, but you could see us if you want on YouTube. You see our faces during the podcast. If you're just listening to us, enjoy the music.
Well, I was gonna just have us go through it and talk because.
I like it.
Because the music's not that good.
Okay, that's fine. They're right there, right on top of Hidden Lake.
This is to Cracker Lake. The year we went with Matt to Cracker Lake, but some of it goes between Hidden Lake and Cracker Lake. Like this is on the hike to Hidden Lake, but this is Cracker Lake. So I mean, you got the mountains. You feel like you're in the Rockies when you're doing this.
No, you are in the Rocky Mountains. That is for sure.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
And I mean, that's Hidden Lake.
Yeah, and it's frozen over in this one. We hiked down there in August when it wasn't frozen over. And this was 4th of July weekend, right after 4th of July. Hidden Lake's frozen over. We walked on a glacier that was, huge.
It was right after 4th, wasn't it?
Always.
Yeah. Here's Cracker Lake. And I was talking about lake with boom, boom, boom mountains. Cracker Lake holds up to it.
It really is your typical Glacier Park lake.
The only thing different about this is the color of the water.
There's a few of them that are different, and I've seen some different. I'm curious, like if we were to go to Cracker Lake in August, if that water would be the same color, because I think it's the color because of that glacial runoff. And we're there early enough in the season where it's still kind of, running off versus
Oh yeah, I think so too. But Cracker Lake's a different color from the other lakes is what I was mainly trying to get at.
Yeah, it's like when we saw it, it was like a bluey, like a blue cream is the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, it was cold as hell. That water was cold as hell.
The snow is melting into it. We literally saw that.
Yeah. And I wasn't doing as much like ice baths as I do like now. But like now I could probably handle it really easy. But man, then I remember putting my feet in the water going like, damn, this is cold as hell.
It was. It was fun though. It was a fun, and yeah, and that's the best part of like those type of hikes. It is getting in the water, getting to your destination, really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Glacier has that for sure. When we did Quartz Lake, man, that was the first thing you did was run right into the water and started swimming.
Oh yeah. I think I got actually a time lapse of Cracker Lake somewhere too.
Yeah, and it is beautiful. I think, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll get that up going too. Because
Look at that. Look at that. We got a double feature for our fans tonight.
Oh, I mean, you can see us just hanging out. I think we had lunch here, when we got in there. So, but where is it?
Oh, there's that bear again.
Yep. Yeah, the bear. We were talking about a bear earlier. But yeah, so the Cracker Lake.
Yeah. There we are.
Yeah.
Enjoying it. It is just a beautiful lake. Look at
it really is.
The clouds come right because you're on that western side. The clouds move from east, or west to east, and look at them come right over the lake. You can really see.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice little time lapse, even though it's not.
I don't know if that is on our YouTube, but you do have access to upload stuff now, so upload it for our fans.
Maybe I'll make sure to upload it. When it comes out with this. So.
Whoa! Just for our fans.
We're gonna make our YouTube listeners have like a full 4 days before we put it out for the rest of the world, because we appreciate you guys listening to all of our episodes
and watching our videos. I mean, even if you think they're trash, go ahead and thumbs down them. Thumbs them up, please.
Yeah.
We like that. It's good. And if you have questions about any other parks, we've done some thinking and discussing, we've talked about Zion potentially being one of these parks that we talk about. So what kind of questions do you have for Zion? Yellowstone, for sure. I would call ourselves experts in Yellowstone. We could probably host tours. We have essentially hosted tours in Yellowstone. Go ahead and shoot us some questions. We'd love to answer them,
Yeah, or the park. Name the park you want to hear us break down more. And it doesn't even have to be one park. Maybe you want us to like break down your itinerary. You're thinking of doing the Utah 5, and you're like, break us down an itinerary kind of thing for the Utah 5. Something we could do, something we might. Let us know if you have anything you want us to break down or review. We love Wandering Ways reviews. So,
and just questions in general, we'll be happy to answer them. When we open up a show or close up a show, and just give you guys some love, because you guys show us all the love in the world, and we appreciate it. We hope you keep just wandering on.
Exactly, and we're gonna wander our way into me being that guy again.
Always. Third time today I've heard it, because it's a Wednesday and I listen to the podcast on Wednesday as they come out.
So, but we're gonna go. I gotta be that guy. It is time for the final words. Anyways, final words, my guy.
Go find your parks, find your places, and really enjoy them and learn them and understand them. That's what we do. We like Glacier. We understand it. We learned it. We experience it. And we're always learning in these parks. Just because we consider ourselves experts, it does not mean, we're equipped for every scenario we come across, because these places are wild and wild things happen. You could encounter a bison and he throws you and you have a broken leg and you're done. Or you come across a grizzly bear and he swipes at you and you're dead. So that can happen to anyone. It can happen to the best hiker, best mountain climber, best anything, best track star, whatever in the world. Nature doesn't care who you are. No. So know that.
No, very true. Very, very true, my man. Reverend's final words of wisdom. You guys are awesome. Stay beautiful. You're amazing. We can't tell you enough how much I appreciate y'all for listening. But I'm going to stick along with the documentary routes because I think everybody out there should go and check out the earthing documentary, right? So I talk about earthing, grounding, I do it. So check it out. I have a little pamphlet here. Look, I even got a QR code for you to scan. Check out your phone, scan that code. You can watch
Look it
this
up.
documentary for free
There you
right
go.
there. So check out that code. It'll be totally worth it. You guys will start getting into grounding. I've listened to too many podcasts today on my bike ride about grounding and all that stuff. So that's my big thing right now. But I mean, stay beautiful as always. With that being said, peace out, everybody.